Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Axel Obalia Putra, and I want to present my project for sociolinguistic. The title is Gender, Exclusive Speech, and Stereotype. So, on the first slide, what is gender exclusive speech? Gender exclusive speech is language that refers mainly to one gender, especially men, while excluding women or other genders. According to Robin Lakoff, language reflects social line quality. One common example is using the pronoun his to refer to everyone. Although the writer means all applicants, women may feel excluded because only the masculine pronoun is used. Next is authentic example comes from the European Institute of Gender Equality. The sentence used the word his to refer to all applicants. This is considered gender exclusive because it assumes that the default applicant is male. Today, many organizations recommend using their instead of his to make language more inclusive. Next, our second example comes from Thomson Reuters. The article encouraged employees to introduce themselves with their preferred pronouns. Instead of assuming someone's gender, people are encouraged to ask or share pronouns. This practice creates a more respectful and inclusive working environment. So the next slide, according to Lakoff, language reflects social inequality. The first journal explains that gender-fair language helps reduce stereotypes and promotes equality. The second journal shows that masculine words often make people think about men before women. Therefore, both studies support the importance of using inclusive language in daily communication. Uh, in the next slide, after, after comparing the two examples, we can see a clear difference. The first examples use the masculine pronoun his to refer to everyone, making the language less inclusive. The second example encourages people to introduce their own pronouns. This creates respect and reduces misunderstanding. Therefore, inclusive language helps build a more welcoming environment for everyone. Um, Next, stereotype is an oversimplified belief about a particular group of people. According to Peter Trotgill, language reflects social attitudes. UNESCO found that a system often associates women with family and home, while men are linked to leadership and business. This shows that stereotypes still exist in modern communication. So the next slide. This example comes from UNESCO's report about gender stereotypes in artificial intelligence. The report shows that AI frequently associates women with home and family, while men are associated with business and leadership. This reinforces traditional stereotypes that many influence people's opinions and opportunities. The next one is the United Nations recommends replacing words like chairman and fireman and policeman with more inclusive terms such as chairperson, firefighter, and police officer. These changes show that occupations are open to everyone, regardless of gender. Inclusive language helps reduce stereotypes and promote equality. Next is according to Peter Trotgill, language reflects society and social identity. The first journal explains that gender inclusive language helps reduce stereotypes. The second journal shows that masculine language often leads people to think of men first. This feeling supports the idea that changing language can help create a more equal society. So, slide we compare the two topics. Gender exclusive speech focus on the language people use, while stereotypes focus on the beliefs people have about gender. Although they are different, but affect how people are treated in society. Using inclusive language helps create a fairer and more respectful environment for everyone. To conclude, language is not only used for communication but also reflects social values and culture. Gender-exclusive speech can unintentionally exclude some people, while stereotypes can shape unfair expectations about men and women. Therefore, using inclusive language is important because it promotes equality, respect, and better communication. Sociolinguistics help us understand how language influences society and how society also influences language. So these are the references used in this conversation. They include academic book, journal article, and authentic sources from international organizations such as the United Nations, UNESCO, the European Institute of Gender Equality, and Thomson Reuters. These references support the theories and analyses presented in this project. So, in the part two, I have a case study. This case discusses gender exclusive speech in this workplace. The manager repeatedly used the masculine pronoun his to refer to all uh, employees. Next is analysis. According to Lakoff, language reflects social inequality using their instead of his makes the sentence more inclusive and avoids gender bias. And then density. Lecture B use denser language because more information is packed into one sentence. And then complexity. Version B contains more clause and grammatical structure, making it more difficult to process. The next one is style. The second message use a formal style appropriate for communication with a professor. And then context. The meaning of the word sick depends on who say it, where it where it is said, and who hears it. And then register. Doctors use technical language with colleagues but simpler language with patients, families to ensure effective communication. And then stereotypes. The statement reflects social stereotypes rather than factual evidence and many influence workplace equality. And although these topics are different, they all show that language is influenced by social context and plays an important role in communication. In conclusion, uh, so reference sociolinguistics help us understand the relationship between language and society. By using appropriate, respectful, and inclusive language, we can communicate more effectively. So, and then this is the reference. And then thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.